Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Ryan Prosick. A suspect in a Hazleton shooting has been charged with making terroristic threats. Police say Victor Perez, the former president of La Casa Dominicana in Hazleton, was arrested on Friday, October 6th on a warrant from an incident that occurred 2 weeks prior. According to police, the victim said Perez threatened to kill them on September 27th. However, the victim did not report the incident until 2 weeks later. Perez had previously been charged with an aggravated assault in a shooting incident last week. Perez was arraigned on October 6th and released from police custody on $50,000 on secured bail. Police in Hazleton are looking for assistance in locating a person they believe stole vapes worth $4,000 over the weekend. The person shown on screen entered the Pantry Quick in the 900 block of West Diamond Avenue in Hazleton and allegedly stole the merchandise. The suspect was wearing Crocs and a Nike Tech sweatshirt. Anyone with information regarding the incident can contact Patrolman McGinnis at 570-459-4940, extension 208. Columbus Day, or Indigenous Peoples Day, is a holiday that has become controversial for many. Once viewed as the great discoverer of the Americas, Christopher Columbus is now seen by many as a colonizer whose arrival brought widespread death and loss to the indigenous people. However, the name of Christopher Columbus remains prominent in many places and organizations, including the worldwide organization of the Knights of Columbus. We spoke with the Grand Knight of the Knights of Columbus Council, 8613, located out of St. John Bosco's Church in Sugarloaf, Tom Pandolfi, who said the name of the organization was chosen by their founder, Father Michael McGivney.
Father Michael McGivney founded the Knights in 1882, and he came up with the name Columbus because at that time the country was very supportive of Christopher Columbus and what he had done and the history behind the name. He felt like the country needed certain knights to support that action. And his whole philosophy was to help those in need. And Christopher Columbus and the Knights of Columbus was named that because of Father Michael McGivney.
Pandolfi said the Knights of Columbus were founded on the pillars of charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism, and that the name was chosen because at the time, Christopher Columbus was seen as a man that embodied those characteristics.
Christopher Columbus, the Knights of Columbus, is history within our country. And we believe history is very, very important. And it's some good, some bad. But it's history, and it's part of our life as we develop. So we take it as history, and we go with it, knowing that not all history is good, and certainly not all history is bad. But the Knights are good people, good men trying to help those in need in every phase of life.
According to Pandolfi, the Knights of Columbus Council in Sugarloaf currently has 126 members that continue to work to do good in the community.
My head, locally, what we do is we raise money for Special Olympics, is one of our important things that we do. We raise money for mothers with young babies. We raise money for ultrasound machines to support pregnancy resource centers. In fact, our local council has already donated 2 ultrasound machines, and we are working on the 3rd ultrasound machine because, as you know, the Knights of Columbus are an organization, a Catholic organization made up of men working to support the church.
To learn more about the Knights of Columbus organization, you can visit their website at kofc.org. Wilkes-Barre Township Police are searching for a suspect they say stole a U-Haul truck. According to officers, a man used a device to remove the keys from a returned U-Haul truck and then used the keys to steal the truck. If you see the stolen vehicle or have any information about the crime, you're asked to call the Wilkes-Barre Township Police Department at 570-606-4791. A Pocono Township man was arrested after he allegedly shot into a house and then fled the scene. According to officers, they were called to the 100 block of Lower Scott Run Avenue on October 6th around 8:30 p.m. for a reported domestic disturbance with shots fired. When investigators arrived to the scene, they established that 35-year-old Keroy Spence from Mount Pocono fired shots at the home in an attempt to lure people outside. The occupants of the house, instead, hid behind cover. Police say that someone outside the house shot at Spence, with Spence returning fire, then fleeing. Spence was arrested without incident. It was also reported that Spence tried to ditch his gun while fleeing the scene. Officials say that the gun has been located. Spence has been charged with 7 counts of aggravated assault and other related charges, and is currently behind bars at the Monroe County Correctional Facility, awaiting arraignment. Lehigh Valley Health Network held a drive-through flu shot clinic this past Saturday in Hazleton, where patients braved the weather to get their annual flu shot. We spoke with Terry Purcell, the president of the Northwest region of the Lehigh Valley Health Network, about the event.
Today we're having our drive-through flu clinic. This is our 4th annual flu clinic. Last year we gave over 400 shots to residents from the region. The weather isn't great today, but we're very happy with the turnout. The cars were lined up before we opened, so we anticipate this being a very successful event.
Purcell also told us a little bit on how the drive-through clinic got its start here in Hazleton.
So we took our cue from Lehigh Valley Health Network. Lehigh Valley Health Network has been doing drive-through flu clinics down in Allentown for over 25 years. They conduct it at Dorney Park, and they have thousands of people that take advantage of the free flu shot. So we adopted that at Hazleton, and we're very happy to be able to vaccinate at least 400 Luzerne County residents.
Not only did the patients brave the weather, but the workers too, and Purcell says they were committed to getting the people their vaccines.
Well, we were committed to doing this, rain or shine. We've had good weather, we've had bad weather, but the community normally comes out for this type of event, which is nice. They get to stay in their cars so they don't have to come out in the elements. We have a tent down below where we could put 4 cars in, so we could vaccinate 4 to 8 people at any given time.
The drive-through flu shot clinic was held at the Health and Wellness Center in Hazleton. Schuylkill County detectives are asking for the public's help in locating a wanted-Minersville man. Michael Philip Belson is wanted by detectives on 2 active bench warrants for failing to appear at the Schuylkill County Courthouse for jury selection on September 5th. Belson is facing charges of DUI general impairment, DUI with a controlled substance, and driving while operating privilege is suspended or revoked. Belson's last known address is 201 Sunbury Street in Minersville. He is described as 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing approximately 200 pounds. If you have any information regarding Belson's whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Schuylkill County District Attorney's Office at 570-628-1350. Coming up on WYLN News, the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress hosted their Fall Festival on Friday. Plus, a Wildlife Build to Fund Rehabilitation Centers is presented. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Jason, and tomorrow's forecast will be partly cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Jura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Witch sightings were abundant Friday evening as Hazleton residents came out in force to enjoy the city's second annual Fall Festival. This year, the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress teamed up with the Hazleton Art League and the Pennsylvania Theater Performing Arts, as well as several downtown businesses, to invite the public to a wicked walk around the downtown. Participants were encouraged to dress up, purchase a cup and bag, and travel from business to business collecting treats and tasting beverages. Prizes were also awarded for the best costume, best hat, best broom, best cackle, and best team. The evening concluded with a wicked ball for participants aged 21 and over at the Pennsylvania Theater Performing Arts, with live music from the local band, Ostrich Hat. A bill presented by the State House Game and Fisheries Committee, along with sponsor representative Tara Probst, will allow the state to provide funds for wildlife rehabilitation centers. The bill would establish the Wildlife Rehabilitation Grant Program that would provide anywhere from $2,500 to $7,500, depending on the amount of rehabilitation in the past fiscal year. The grant program will be funded by an appropriation in the annual state budget and will head to the full House of Representatives for consideration. Pause for a Cause for Autism's annual dog walk was held on Sunday, October 1st. The dog walk featured many different types of dogs, all out with their owners walking for a good cause. The walk also celebrated a first this year as well, and needs help from you to decide the winner. That's right, the annual dog walk hosted their first ever costume contest, where a group of student volunteers took photos of the costume dogs. The winner will be determined by your votes on a combination of thumbs up on the WYLN and SAFE Facebook pages. The winner will be announced on Friday, October 13th, and receive a prize for winning the contest. Coming up on St. Clair's News Choice, we recap Week 5 NFL action on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, the city of Hazleton gets a fall makeover on this week's Good News Monday. So stay right here because we'll be right back on WYLN TV.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Escapec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier. For over 50 years, providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR. Visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Back to a Monday edition of Let's Talk Sports, where we have some baseball and some football action to get to. First up, we got to recap the MLB. We have the Phillies up 1-0 on the Braves. They play again tonight, as well as the Diamondbacks, who are up 1-0 on the Dodgers. How about that? Clayton Kershaw struggled to record an out. I was absolutely stunned watching that game. And of course, the Rangers and the Astros look like they're on a collision course for the ALCS, so maybe we'll see a World Series rematch between the Astros and Phillies. I don't know. We'll recap that more later in the week, but before things become more definite in those matchups. So moving on to the NFL, we have Jacksonville at Buffalo, another Sunday morning matchup at 9:30 in the morning. They're crushing us out here. There's another one next week, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple more games in Germany this year, at least 2, I believe. I know the ones, the Chiefs and the Dolphins, that I've talked about on here before, but Jacksonville snagged the victory over Buffalo. I chose Buffalo. I just didn't account for the flight over, as Jacksonville, they were already over there, and it showed who was the fresher team to start the game, so they jumped out to a nice little lead. Buffalo started to engineer a comeback as of late, but it wasn't enough, and Stephon Diggs was seen smashing a tablet on the sideline. So, little turmoil there in Buffalo. I don't know if we're going to look into it too much. I know we will, but hey, that's just how it goes. But we have Houston at Atlanta. Not much to talk about this game. Atlanta picks up the win, 21-19. Of course, Atlanta picks up another win. Their quarterback, Desmond Ridder, he impressed me yesterday, but he hasn't been known for slinging the ball around like that. Bijan Robinson had less carries than 7th-round rookie Tyler Algier, and it's so weird. Tyler Algier is a second-year player, my bad. Bijan Robinson is the rookie, but another big win for Atlanta, who looks like they're going to be in the driver's seat in the NFC North if it's not for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield crashing the party. Next up, we have Carolina at Detroit. Detroit picks up a big 42-24 win. Absolutely crazy stuff. They were just doing anything they wanted. They ran this nice triple reverse option, which got it back to Jared Goff, who threw it to Sam Laporta. And even funnier thing is San Fran copied it against Dallas like 5 or 6 hours later to George Kittle, who, by the way, scored 3 times last night in the Cowboys. But we'll talk about that game more in depth tomorrow. Moving on, we have Tennessee at Indianapolis. Indianapolis suffered a big injury to star quarterback Anthony Richardson, but they still came away with the victory, 23-16. Gardner Minshew will fill in, and I know Philly faithful are familiar with that guy, but he looks a lot better this time around than he did in relief of Jalen Hurts last year in Philadelphia. As for the Titans, it looks like it's not their time of the year, if I'm being honest. Although DeAndre Hopkins did have a big game with over 100 yards receiving, so good for him to get back on track. We have the Giants in Miami. Miami picks up the 31-16 victory. The big concern here for the Giants is Daniel Jones' neck injury, but it looks like he'll be able to play this week, so I'm glad, because neck injuries can be very serious things and end careers. So good news for Daniel Jones there. And as for Miami, the team's just too fast. I don't know what else to say. Their concepts are perfect. Mike McDaniel is scheming his team up in perfect ways, and they have Tyreek Hill, you have Jalen Waddle scoring on you, you have Achane. You just have so many players who just run 4-2, 4-3, and just run right by it. I'm pretty sure If I'm not mistaken, they're responsible for the 6th or 7th fastest ball carriers per mile per hour speed on the year, which is absolutely insane. And speaking of insane, we saw Bill Belichick lose the last 2 games by the widest margin of his coaching career. And we know Bill Belichick's been coaching for a long time. He lost yesterday to the Saints 34-0. And I talked about GM Bill Belichick on here before. I just think it's confirmation bias at this point. I feel like I'm right. And like, it's one of those things where there's no talent around Mac Jones. So Mac Jones can't even succeed if he wanted to. Bill Belichick's out here hiring his buddies. He's hiring his sons. I could go on a rant for days about this and how the Patriots' reign is over, but I think we know that. And then I'll say this, and they'll draft Caleb Williams #1 overall next year, and it'll just restart the process. But finally, wrapping up the 1 p.m. window, we saw the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The game nobody wanted to win, it feels like, outside of Lamar Jackson, because he was balling on Baltimore, and his receivers were just dropping it. Everyone was responsible for a drop. Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, Zay Flowers, star tight end Mark Andrews. That man had no help, and you could see it on his face. He was very angry. And speaking of very angry, oh boy, do I have one for you. Offensive coordinator Matt Canada on the game-winning touchdown to George Pickens from Kenny Pickett. It turns out it might have been an audible in the 2-minute drill. It's what it's hearing like. As the play was ran and as the pass was completed to George Pickens, the Steelers' the coordinator booth, not the offensive coordinator booth, they went wild, except for one man, Matt Canada, who looked absolutely distraught because you know why? It wasn't his play call. I don't know what to say about Matt Canada and the Steelers. The organization is in total dysfunction, and winning games like these will keep your team in mediocrity because as a result of this, they'll probably keep Canada past their bye week. They'll keep Tomlin. I respect Tomlin. He's been great for the game of football. He's done a lot of great things, but it feels like he's kind of overstaying his welcome here in Pittsburgh. But I know I'm going to get some heat for that one. If people watch that and they're Steelers fans, I know I'm going to get some heat for that one because that is what it is. But I'm only here telling the truth, and I hope for the best, but it's not looking good in Pittsburgh there. There's tempers flaring in the locker room. There's things being said about the coaches, and it looks like Matt Canada has his own burner account that was set up from the Steelers team website. So it's a mess, but it's a lot to sort through, and we'll keep sorting through it as the season goes on because I don't think they're going to fire either of these guys. But yeah, I mean, mess in Pittsburgh. We're going to recap the 4 o'clock and the Sunday night football games, the Sunday night football game, the 4 o'clock games, my bad. I wish there was 2 Sunday night football games. I was getting used to the Monday night doubleheader, but then we have Green Bay and Las Vegas tonight, and I think Devontae Adams is going to go crazy in a revenge game. But anyway, that does it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
F&L Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier. For over 50 years providing quality products and service to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry top brand manufacturers and guarantee parts and service for your home or business. From new construction to replacement doors, inspections and service calls. F&L Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR. Visit F&L Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township and Schuylkill Haven.
Lehigh Valley Topper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Get ready for the ultimate touchdown experience with Sports Talk. Marty Burns and Hazleton Area Cougars football coach Dennis Bookman have your weekly pass to all things high school football. Breaking down plays, victories, and every heart-pounding moment of the game, plus exclusive insights from the players themselves. Catch the excitement, catch the plays, catch Sports Talk every week on WYLN TV 35. Sponsored by the Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute.
Downtown Hazleton has been looking more festive recently, with pumpkins and mums all over Broad Street. Thanks to the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, with donations from the Van Hulken Greenhouse, the city of Hazleton is officially ready for the fall season. We spoke with Executive Director Yoshi Gonzalez, who told us all about the many decorations around the city.
We were very lucky that Van Hulken, this is the second year they've done donations for the fall last year, the spring this year, and now the fall again. With mums, pumpkins, hay, and even cornstalk for our downtown. We had a great group from different organizations. We had the Rotary Club, we had Parks and Rec, we had Job Corps kids that came in, we had the Garden Club, and just community members as in general that helped decorate the downtown. It was an amazing day. Place looks beautiful. We're excited to have everybody come take a look.
Gonzalez also told us about the many volunteers who came and helped with the decorating.
We had different volunteers from the community. Job Corps sent a group of their students over to help out. They always help out for every event, mostly. We also had Parks and Recreation come and represent with helping hands. We had the Rotary Club. We had members of the Art League and different organizations also from companies as well that helped, like DFlex and the Hub and some other students and kids. My kids helped out, so everybody just came hands-on together, excited to help decorate.
With the great reception of all these fall decorations, Gonzalez hopes to have more funds and more hands to make these festivities even better.
We hope that in the future we have more funds and donations, and we could put together a workforce that could help us beautify more often and seasonally.
Along with decorating Hazleton, the Alliance also held a city cleanup event, both of which Gonzalez feels are important to the community.
It's extremely important to bring the community together, have pride for our downtown, make it beautiful, keep it clean. Not only did we plant flowers, but we also did a cleanup crew. So everybody had like trash bags and anything they saw in the streets, they started picking up. So if every business contributes, as everybody does their little part and keeps their stoop and sidewalk clean, the downtown will look so much more attractive for people to come visit. And definitely invite people to make them feel safe and you know, just welcome to come and do more events.
The fall decorations will be up from now through the month of October.
And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.